हेलो एवरीवन, माई सेल्फ निकिता फ्रॉम कैनेडा स्टोरीज। होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे, हेल्दी होंगे, and thank you so much for all your love and support, and if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much. So today we would be discussing on all those things that a new immigrant has to do after landing to Canada. We arrived in month of March, and by then, since it was all COVID situation, so we had to suffer a lot while going through and applying all those documents, but by God's grace we have completed our almost 80% of the documents and things. In this video I will be providing you details regarding the government IDs which a new immigrant has to apply, the benefits which are available for new immigrants, and other miscellaneous tasks which one has to do post their arrival in Canada. So if you are interested in all those topics, then please stay connected and watch my video till the end, because I would be providing various links and contact details throughout my video. So stay tuned. Let's talk about these one by one. So according to me, there are 5 main government IDs which a new immigrant has to apply. So first on my list is SIN. SIN is basically the social insurance number. It's a 9-digit number, and it is very confidential number which you can only share with your bank, your employer, or whenever you are applying for any benefits. So there are 3 ways of applying SIN number. First would be apply at the airport at the time of landing, provided that you are arriving in business hours. Second would be visiting Service Canada along with your COPR and passport. And lastly, the online application, the link of which I will provide in description and which is also visible here. So the second important government ID is PR card, so permanent resident card. When you arrive at the airport, and the immigration officer will ask for your residential address for the delivery of PR card. So in case if you have your address or your relatives or any friend's address, provide that address. Otherwise they will give you a 1-pager application which you need to update regarding your residential address within 180 days on your arrival. To update the address through that form, you have 2 ways. Either you can fax that document, or you can complete that address notification through online mode. So I will provide that link in the description, and which is visible on my screen as well. So fax number for updating that information is 1902 564 7317. So you can fax on this number, and once you have submitted your online application or through fax, you can raise a web form to check the status of your request for PR card as well. You have to only give your residential address for the delivery of PR card. So make sure the address you are providing is only a residential address, not any official or commercial address. Third government ID which you have to apply is for your health card. So in Nova Scotia, health insurance is available for new immigrants on arrival. So different provinces have different rules. So for example, in Ontario and British Columbia, the insurance is available only after 3 months. The way you can apply for health card, which is also known as MSI card, is by calling on 2 numbers, which is 1800 563 8880, and another number is 902 496 7008. By calling these numbers, you will be able to provide your basic details like date of arrival, date of birth, your address and everything, and then they will provide the complete documentation set through mail to your address, so that you can fill that forms and send them back all those documents. And once they receive that documentation, they will process it, and around week's time you will be able to receive your MSI health card. So the next ID, the fourth one, is at the driving license ID. The governing authority which provides the driving license is the Access Nova Scotia. You have to visit that website website for the updated details. The latest information is that there are 2 tests which you have to do. So one is the knowledge test and vision test, and another is the road test or the driving test. For the knowledge test and vision test, you have to visit the website, the Access Nova Scotia, and check all those locations which are currently facilitating this knowledge test. I will provide the link where you can get the information regarding the locations of these centers. Basically, you just have to walk in at the center, pay your fees and give your vision and knowledge test. And when you pass this test, then you move ahead with your road test. So for applying for road test, you have to pay the fees, email to book the appointment for your road test. You can also book an appointment by calling them at the number 1800-670-4357. I will provide these details in description as well. So last common ID on my list is provincial ID card. So you have to visit the Access Nova Scotia Center where the knowledge test is conducted for driving lessons. You take your COPR and passport along with that. They will click a photograph of yours, and then they will issue you a photo ID card, which is basically the provincial ID card. I haven't applied for this card because currently this card is not issued due to the COVID scenarios, and so once I have complete details around that, so I can update you in the description regarding that. Before moving ahead, I would like to say, if you haven't subscribed it yet, please consider subscribing to my channel for all these videos, and I wish my videos are helpful to you and you find them informative, then please consider subscribing it. So next, let's move to government benefits. There are 3 government benefits which are provided to new immigrants. So first one is the child care benefits or the child care subsidy. I have prepared a video on this topic. I will share the link of that video here, so you can check that and also provide that link in my description. The another benefit is the daycare subsidy. So Nova Scotia Child Care Subsidy Program helps the eligible families who have the children with the age of up to 12 years. And through this program, the government pays for a portion of child care fees at the licensed child care facilities and regulated family homes daycare agencies. So through this program, the daycare subsidy program, you will not be eligible to take benefit of the after school and before school program, which is known as the Excel program. And for further inquiry, you can call them at 1844-804-2084, and there is a website also where you can find other details. I will provide that link here, and which is also visible on my screen. Third on the benefits is the NS Family Pharma Care Program. So it's a drug insurance plan designed to help Nova Scotians with the cost of their prescription drugs. So this program offers the protection to families with no drug coverage or where the cost of the drugs became a financial burden to those families. So you can check the eligibility, whether you are eligible for this benefit or not, and I will provide the link of where you can find the details regarding this program in the description, and which is also visible on my screen. Now let's talk about the other task, rather top 10 tasks on my list. So first on my list is opening a bank account and applying for the cards like credit cards and debit cards. So identify the top banks in your city and go visit their branches and have an in-person meeting with their executives and understand the new immigrant plans. So that's the way to get the best features for which are available for new immigrants. Identify the main banks which are available or operating in your city. So a couple of main banks like TD, Scotiabank, CIBC, RBC, these are a couple of good names here. So visit the branches of these banks and explore the options and plans available for new immigrants. The best deal which you should look for is with the highest credit card limit which the bank can provide you. Second on my list is getting a mobile connection or the SIM card. You have to explore the websites of main service providers here, so which includes like Fido, Rogers, Bell, bill, teller. So these are main service providers. Just visit their websites and explore the options of plans which are available. So they keep on giving the promotional deals and offers going on those websites, and such offers and deals are generally only available on the if you apply through their websites only and not by visiting these stores. So before applying for mobile connection, you must visit the websites rather than just going to the store and buying the connection. So then you will be missing out on the promotional deals which are going on. So I will provide the links and contact details of all these big service providers in my description box below. Next task is hunting for the apartments. So there are a couple of factors that you need to consider before finalizing your apartments or accommodation. I have prepared a separate video on that which discusses all the key factors that you need to consider and how is the accommodation process here works in Halifax. So just check out that video. I will share the link here. So fourth on my list is getting a electricity or hydro connection. So the company which operates the electricity here is NS Power, Nova Scotia Power. So the best way to get the connection once your apartment is finalized is to call the NS Power executives. The number is 1800-428-6230. By calling this number, you will be able to set up your account quickly because they will help you to create your account instantly, and you just have to provide your basic details over the phone. And once your account is set up, then they will ask for your ID proof. You can share your passport over and through their email ID, which is id@nspower.ca. And once your passport is submitted to them, once they received your passports, they will verify your details and activate your account. Another thing that you need to provide for the start date of your lease, you just have to provide a picture of the meter, and we can get that picture from your landlord, and you have to submit that picture on the email at home@nspower.ca. So these two things you need to email them, and your connection would set up instantly. So the fifth point that you need to do is applying for Wi-Fi connection. Two main service providers which work here in Halifax is Bell Alliant and Eastlink. So just visit their websites and explore about their internet plans. There are bundle programs and only Wi-Fi programs, so opt for whichever is suitable to you. Generally the 100 Mbps speed plan is available with $60 plus taxes. As a tip, I would like to say that ask for the waiver of installation or the activation fees which these providers generally charge, and which is around $60 plus taxes as a one-time cost. So you can just ask for the waiver of that as a new immigrant. The number for Bell Alliant is 1866-425-4268. Another thing I just missed to mention is that, so since we did not have our SIN number and credit score at the time when we applied for Wi-Fi, we had to pay a refundable security deposit of $300, and which is refundable after the period of 6 months. Next on my list is going for an IPTV connection. So IPTV is useful when you don't have opted for a bundled program with Wi-Fi, which provides you a cable connection as well. And also if you wish to see your regional shows and TV and latest movies and other things for various languages, and then you must go for IPTV connection. So next on my list is applying for a family doctor. So after you receive your MSI health card, you need to register yourself and your family for a family doctor at the registry. I will provide the link where you need to update your details in here and also in my description box. The another way to register yourself is by calling at 811. You have to check whether this service is currently activated or not, because in COVID times applying for family doctor through 811 is on hold. So it might take up to 2 years to get aligned to a family doctor. But in case you need to see a doctor during the period where you don't have a family doctor, then you can just walk into any nearby clinic which has the walk-in facility available, and you can visit that doctor on a as required basis. Just take your health card along with you. So in Halifax, luckily I was aligned to my family doctor in a month's time, and that was very quickest, I would say. Process I will explain you. I provided the details, me and my family details over that link, and then after some time I received a call from the registry mentioning about the doctor and the clinic which is open to take me as their new patient. Then they provided all those details of clinic and the doctor over my email, and then I have to call to that clinic and verify my details, provided all my health card details and everything which they ask for, and confirmed my acceptance of them as my family doctor. After that, I have to visit that clinic, fill the new patient form, and provide all my medical history and all that stuff, including the immunization record for my child. So next on my list is school registration for your kids and applying for their daycare and after and before school program basis their age. So I have already created a separate video on these topics. I will provide the link of that video here and also in the description box below. Last topic on the other task would be related to jobs. So everyone before coming to Canada starts applying for the jobs back from their home country, and that's the best approach, I would say. But there are a couple of things which you need to consider. Make sure your resume is as per the Canadian style. I will try and make a separate video on this topic. Another thing, build up your LinkedIn connections. Before building your network over LinkedIn, make sure your LinkedIn profile is well set up and appropriately completed in all respects. Start building your network related to your field, related to the area and the city you are heading towards. Then you already must have contacted them before arriving in Canada. After you are arrived here, make sure you follow up with them. Try and have a one-to-one conversation, and if possible have a face-to-face conversation over a coffee or a tea, and that will definitely help you in getting some jobs or opportunities materialize. And also I would like to add that try and find the consulting firms or the hiring consultants which generally work in that city, and drop a note or email or contact with them, and look what all opportunities they have for you, and keep applying on the opportunities which comes your way. I will also provide the links of job search, job portals which I have come across. Description below, I will share all those links with you. So that's all my points related to government IDs, government benefits and other tasks. I hope you find this video useful and informative, and if yes, please share your feedback in comments, like this video and share for other people benefits as well. Do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet, and share your support and love. Thank you so much.